Start recording the session. So everyone, we have Rodrigo, the company owner, el socio formador for this course. Thank you very much, Rodrigo, for being with us today. We really appreciate that you are giving us some time to talk about your company, about the dreams that you guys have as a company. So guys, we asked Rodrigo to deliver an introduction of the company, to talk about the challenges that the company has in order to go overseas. So he will start with the session. Hold on. He will start with the session, and then if we have time, that probably we'll have some time, we can open the mix so we could ask him some questions. So I really appreciate that all the professors are here as well. I am recording the session for today. Once we are done with the session, I will share the session with you guys so you can share this information with the students. So it's 4:03, Rodrigo. Do you want to start right now or should we wait 2 more minutes? Up to you.
I don't mind. We can wait 2 more minutes. I don't
Okay.
know. You can decide.
Okay,
No
so
problem.
we have 150 students. I think we can start now, Rodrigo. So again, thank you very much, and it's all yours.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Edgar. And well, it's a pleasure for me to be here in front of you guys. Please feel free to interrupt in case you have any question or anything. It's going to be a very simple and brief presentation about Bocanica. So please, if you have any questions or any doubts, just feel free to ask. Okay. So let's begin. I'm going to share my slides over here. I think it's this one. Just please let me know as soon as you can see my screen.
It's coming. Yeah, we have it. Thank you, Rodrigo.
Awesome. Great. Thank you so much, Edgar. So, well, thank you very much. My name is Rodrigo Garcia Arce. I'm the founder and CEO of Bocanica. Yeah, I'm really excited to be here with you to launch the new challenge that we have with Tecnológico de Monterrey. So, well, I'm really thrilled to be invited here with you this afternoon. So, Bocanica, what we do is we create innovative, nutritional, and balanced snacks. A little bit more about the company. We pack a piece of Mexico in every bag, creating smiles in every bite. This is what we think about our company and about our products. We think about traditional raw materials in order to create our snacks, right? So this is what we're selling. We sell a piece of Mexico in every bag, and we try to create like this colorful and very innovative and very fresh packaging in order to be in the shelves. Okay. We have certain certifications. Okay, I see that there are a lot of people entering. That's fine. We have a lot of certifications, but the main are FDA, HACCP, and ISO 9001, 2000, right? Which are the Mexican certifications. All right, a little bit more about our timeline. If I can pause the sound. Okay. We began in 2021. We were founded in September. So Bocanica was created in the last trimester of 2021, and we got our first clients. How did we start? It was because we saw an opportunity in the market for creating a very creative snacks brand, right? So I come from a story where we produce and we distribute soft drinks and beverages. So what we thought was we had to create like this snack company. This is really distracting. Okay. And yeah, so we started in 2021, and then by 2022, we launched Nopalitos, and then we started working with digital platforms such as Amazon, Walmart, and we began presenting the brand to convenience stores such as 7-Eleven. So that was our first year, 2022. And then our third year, 2023, we began working with more store chains such as Farmacias Guadalajara, Office Depot, Asturianos, right? Two of our main milestones in 2023, where the first one was to sign a contract with Kellogg's, where Kellogg's was going to distribute our product in 6 different states in Mexico. And the other milestone was signing a contract with Miguel Ayun to be our ambassador, brand ambassador, right? Miguel Ayun owns this streamer team, which is called 19 Sports, 19 Sports. And well, there are like these streamers that work with our brand as well, right? So this is like a brief story in our like very short story in the first 3 years. It was a complete, how can I say, a complete challenge for us. The first thing was creating a brand, right, which was new to the market, completely new to the market. Then to start working with clients, right, and store chains and stuff, it was quite challenging. But we learned a lot about the products and the market, right? And then in 2024, which was the last year, we continued working with Kellogg's, growing with them. So for you to understand, Kellogg's distributes in the traditional market, which is the down the trade market. In Mexico, we call it abarrotes or changarritos, right? That's where Kellogg's enters with us. And then we continued getting in new convenience stores such as Asturiano, Two Box, and different chains, right? We created marketing and pricing strategies to become better in every store or in every client. We started positioning our brand in different cities such as Querétaro and Mérida, Ciudad de México, Monterrey, right? And at the end of the last year, by the second semester of the last year, we created an alliance, a strategic alliance with Gongcha. You probably know this bubble tea branch company, Gongcha. So we are their authorized brand, snacks brand in the company, right? So it was a very nice strategic alliance with them. And then by the end of the year, we actually started working with liquor stores such as Consumino and La Playa, that I'm sure that all of you know about them. right? So this was 2024 in a nutshell. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about the milestones of the last year. As I told you, we entered Gongcha, and together with them, we were showcasing our products in 3 different events. The first one was the Formula One in Mexico City. The second one was the WTA 500 in Guadalajara, and the third one is in the Charros, the baseball team stadium, right? So I can tell you, in our third year, which was 2024, we were present or we were showcasing our brand in 3 very, very good events in Mexico. Okay. Now we were more available in the stores that we were working with, starting with these 3 Asturianos with 300 stores, Farmacias Guadalajara with 670 stores, and 7-Eleven with 1,800 stores, right? And as soon as the end of 2024, we were selling in 19,000 independent small groceries or abarrotes together with Kellogg's. And then, well, we continue working with Miguel Ayun, as you can see in the picture here. And also we've been doing a lot of interactions in social media, right? Starting with TikTok. Okay. This is a little bit about the story of Bocanica. I know there's a lot of information and I've been very brief, but this is Bocanica in a nutshell. What we do is we create different products mainly from very traditional and Mexican raw materials. We transform them into innovative and creative snacks, right? And what we do is we are in charge of selling, right? That's our main there's our business model to be selling. We don't produce. I'm going to talk a little bit more about later. But what we do is we sell. We created a very innovative brand, and what we strive for is to be in a lot of clients, in a lot of in different store chains. All right. I'm so sorry if I get interrupted, but I just get these notifications of everyone entering, and it's very, very distracting. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little more about the business model. This is what we do. So we purchase raw materials and packaging, and then we take it to the factory where it is produced. In these 2 steps, the first step, Bocanica has total control of the suppliers, all right? And then in the second step, we actually go to an external factory in order to produce and manufacture our product, which is called the maquila, right? We do everything in Guadalajara, and then from the plant or from the factory, we have 2 steps, which is we actually supply 2 of our main clients, which we call it customers A, which are Kellogg's and Farmacias Guadalajara. And then we've got step 3B, which is when the factory actually delivers the product to our local warehouse. And from that local warehouse, we actually supply different clients such as Gongcha, Consubino, Tubox, direct clients. We work with Primera Plus, we work with airports, different clients, right? So this is our main business structure. I wouldn't call it the business model. This is more like the supply chain, right? So our business model practically is we sell to the clients, they pay us immediately, or we've got some credit, for example, with Farmacias Guadalajara, and that's our business model, right? We do not produce, everything is made externally, but we do have control of 2 steps in the supply chain. The first one is the suppliers, which is very, very important. Negotiating with them. We've got credit with our suppliers. We've got very good conditions there. And then also having control of our clients, right? Which are some of them are mentioned here. So the only thing that we do not have control is the manufacturing. But obviously, what we expect is them to having the most quality that they can deliver, and obviously they have the certifications that I told you before. Right? So this is more, this is a little bit about the supply chain. All right. I don't know if you have questions here, or should I continue, Edgar? Is there any time for questions now, or we wait till the end?
I just asked them if they have questions, they can post them on the chat, and I can interrupt you and go for the question. All right. So you can just keep going, Rodrigo, if you want to.
All right. Yeah. Someone mentioned about changing the presentation mode. I'm not sure how to do that, but I think it's okay, right?
Yeah, don't worry, Rodrigo. We know, I mean, no one is an expert on Zoom, so you can just keep going if you want to.
Yeah, probably here, publicar presentación. Yeah, I think that's better.
Yeah, much better. Thank you, Rodrigo.
Awesome. Okay, so this is the supply chain. All right. Our products, we are focusing in two different categories. The first one is the cubitos de fruta, or natural fruit cubes. They're colorant-free, fat-free. We use 100% naturally flavors, so they're made with real fruit. And we've got three flavors. The first one is strawberry, the second one is fruit, and the third one is pineapple, right? So this category is our top seller, right? The fruit, the cubes, they are our top seller, and they are in all of our clients right now. The other category that we are focusing on this year is the nopal, or the cactus. They contain antioxidants and they're rich in fiber. Okay. They're natural as well. And all of our products have chili. Okay, they're todos están enchilados. All right. Okay. The fruit cubes, as I mentioned before, we've got three flavors. And in this year, 2025, we're going to launch our new flavor, which is mango. Why am I mentioning these products so much? Because these are top sellers. We've got other products such as obleas. We've got puffed corn, which is the maicito. We've got nuts as well, cacahuates. But our main product, or our main focus in this year, are the fruit cubes. Okay. We've been participating in some programs. In 2023, we won the program in Zapopan. Then we were participating in the Premio Emprendedor Coparmex Jalisco. We were finalists as well. And then last year, we did a great job in participating in Shark Tank Mexico. I know some of you have seen the chapter, right? It was very interesting. I'm still in touch with some of the sharks. So it was a great experience for me personally, and for Botanica as well, right? So we've been in some programs. Why is this important? Because I can tell you that a lot of clients have come after these programs have ended, right? For example, in Zapopan, we've got 7-Eleven, and then with Premio Emprendedor, we've got, I think it was, we've got, and then, well, other clients, and then with Shark Tank, we've got OXXO. Right now, we're starting to work with OXXO. It's been a great journey to be participating in programs. Our clients, we've got several clients of different sizes. We've been working with Zoológico Guadalajara, Happy, and then we've worked in different categories such as ice cream shops, such as Beyond Sugar, and then in highways, in Área 24/7, right? We've been working with Which, probably all of you know Which, and then we are also in digital platforms such as Amazon and Mercado Libre. We've also explored our direct channel, which is WhatsApp, and then, well, our largest client right now, which is Kellogg's. I can tell you that almost 50% of our sales come from Kellogg's, right? So it's a very, very important client for us. I repeat, Kellogg's supplies the traditional channel, which is the tiendas de abarrotes and changarritos. and we only sell one product there, which are the fruit cubes. That's the only product that we supply to Kellogg's. All right. And well, we've got other national clients such as Gongcha. And yeah, this is our nationwide coverage with different supply chains. Store chains. Farmacias Guadalajara, 7-Eleven, Two Box, Office Depot, Gongcha, Area 24/7, Aeromarket. We are also present in airports. We work digitally in their e-commerce with Chedraui and Walmart. It hasn't gone so good. It hasn't worked as we expected, but we're still there. And the rest of them are physically sell, right? They're stores, physical stores. Yeah. What are our growth plans for this year? We want to grow nationally with Farmacias Guadalajara. We want to get in Fresco La Comer. That's coming soon. We want to grow nationally as well with 7-Eleven. And we are about to enter OXXO in Querétaro, Guadalajara, and Guanajuato, right? So it's going to be a regional presence there. And also, we are working very, very hard in order to have our brand ready to be exported to the US. We've got 3 distributors, 2 in Texas and 1 in California, that are ready to import our products and start distributing in the US. So that's going to be a huge, huge hit for this year to be selling in another country, right? So these are our growth plans. It may seem simple, but it's a little more complicated than you think. Talking a little bit more about logistics with Farmacias Guadalajara and 7-Eleven. We work with cross-dock, which means that we deliver our product to their distribution centers, and they do the work to distribute to every store, right? They just charge a small percentage, and they do all the work. So that's how we distribute to these companies. Okay, we do not own any route, or we don't have our own distribution. We use third parties, or we use the famous cross-dock. All right. For example, with Gongcha, we actually sell to every store in the country, but they pay for the shipment, and we literally use like this Estafeta or DHL, whatever. We send to every store, right? But they pay for the shipment, and that's how we do it there. Office Depot, Farmacias Guadalajara, 7-Eleven, Two Box, we do cross-dock. Amazon and Mercado Libre, we use full or FBA. And from our local warehouse, which is in Guadalajara, we actually deliver to certain clients such as Consumino or La Playa, right? We do have smaller clients, or Goiti or Cotidiano, right? Which are smaller, or Which, for example. We do deliver to them, but it's like on demand, right? We don't have our own distribution. That's important. So until here, 2 important points is all the logistics is externally. It's a third party that helps us, or we use a cross-dock, as I mentioned, and we use a third party company to produce our products. Like the production plant is not owned by Bocanica, but it's a third party. All right. What we control are suppliers, all the raw materials, packaging, and boxes, and the clients. Like all the marketing and selling strategies, everything with the clients is controlled by us. So therefore, our main focus in Bocanica is to sell, to position our brand, and to have the best marketing strategies inside the point of sale. All right. This is all I have for now. I don't know if you have questions, guys. I know there are going to be plenty of questions. That's why I want to be brief in my presentation, and I want to focus on the Q&A that you may have. I'm pretty sure that you have a lot of questions to me.
Yeah, Rodrigo, we have several questions, probably around 25, 30 questions. I was counting the
Awesome.
number of questions. So, I mean, I can ask you the questions, or you can just go through the chat and start reading them. The first one, I can help you with that one. It says,
Okay.
what is the production capacity that Bocanica currently has?
Okay, so we are selling at about 350,000 pieces of snacks every year. So last year we sold 350,000, and then in 2023 we sold they were around 300,000. And to make it in numbers and percentages, that's about 15% of our production plant's capacity, right? So there's plenty of capacity left. Hope with these growth plans, we try to keep that percentage up. But to answer that question as well, that company produces cookies. They export cookies and they sell it to DIF, to the government, to the Mexican government. So it's a very, very big plan. They've got great certifications. They've got excellent quality. And yes, as for their capacidad ociosa, as we call it, we are using only 15%, 15% of their production capacity.
All right. Thank you, Rodrigo. The following question is, could you briefly explain the project with Kellogg's?
Sure. So we signed a contract with Kellogg's for them to be distributing our brand, meaning that they distribute probably 80 or 85 SKUs, cereal, the cereal bars that brownies, Kellogg's, Zucaritas, we all know the brands, right? But they have 3 brands that are externally distributed, which are Bocanica and 2 more, right? What they do is we sell to Kellogg's. We actually supply to the distribution centers. They've got 6, which are Puebla, Toluca, Pachuca, Cuernavaca, and 2 in Mexico City, right? So we actually deliver our product to every distribution center. And what they do is they have a lot of sellers, a lot of vendors, and they distribute to small grocery shops or stores, which are called the abarrotes, right? And as I told you, last year, we actually reached 19,000 clients or points of sale, which was really, really good. They only cover the traditional market, right? Mercado tradicional, which are the abarrotes, right? It's the only channel that they cover with us. Okay, so that's a little bit how it works. We receive the purchase order. We've got 21 days in order to deliver the product to their distribution centers. We use third-party logistics companies such as Castores, Tres Guerras. That's a main challenge. So I'm very happy that you're asking about that, because it's a main challenge. These guys, they just don't deliver on time. They're pretty cheap. They have good pricing, but they don't deliver on time. It's not that easy to track the shipment. We've tried other companies and it's been terrible. So we are we kept working with these 2 mainly, Tres Guerras and Castores, right? But yeah, distributing our product to their distribution centers to be on time and everything in shape and stuff, it's been a challenge for us. Okay, so it's a very simple logistic structure. So we just use these third-party companies. We distribute to their distribution centers, and what they do is they just put it on their en ruta, right, on their route to sell it to their clients. Just to have a big picture, Kellogg's have around 90,000 clients on that area, which is Mexico City and surroundings. So they get 90,000 clients. And for Bocanica, we are only reaching 19,000, right? Or 20,000. So there's still a lot of work to do. Hopefully in 2025, we get more clients than that. But well, it's been a great project for me. I don't know if I answered the question or if it was more like how I got to Kellogg's. I'm gonna tell you that story because it's pretty funny. I used to post a lot on LinkedIn. I had a post, and suddenly one of the marketing managers of Kellogg's, reached me out by message, and he asked me about the brand. He asked me about samples, and we started a conversation from there. So it was as simple as a LinkedIn post with Kellogg's. All the other clients have been like very, very challenging and stuff, but Kellogg's was pretty simple, the way we communicated. Obviously, from the first time that I sent samples to the first time that I received a purchase order, it was almost a year that passed by. Okay, so it wasn't fast, it wasn't quick or anything, but it was quite simple, and it was quite funny. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Rodrigo. The following question, there's two questions which are pretty much linked.
Mhm.
They are asking about raw materials. And the first question is, how do you control the raw material quality?
That's good. Yeah, coming back here. That's a good question. Actually, the plant has these quality standards, first of all. So they receive the raw materials in bulk, by bulk, right? Um, and they actually have these quality standards. So we have rejected some raw materials, yes, but it's been the minimum. So we've got a lot of control in the production plant in terms of quality, and also in the packaging. We do have a lot of supervision or inspecciones to make sure that the packaging quality is the best, right? So we do have certain filters in the plant in order to have the production ready. That's how we control it. So it's practically in the production plant. Okay.
All right. Thank you. The following question is, what are the new plans of exporting with the new? Okay. So everyone is aware of what's going on in the USA with Trump's policies. So what sort of view do you have in terms of, I mean, you are moving products into the US. How do you think all these Trump's policies will affect your company?
Yeah. Um, we don't know. Like, I think there's a lot of expectation about what Trump is doing. Personally, I don't think it will go through. Like, I don't think these tariffs will go through in the food and beverage industry, to be honest, but I'm not sure. I cannot tell you. Obviously, if we've got these 25% tariffs and stuff, it will definitely affect negotiations and stuff. But the good thing is, I haven't started yet. So what we could do is to increase the price. So that's going to be the problem. The 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 customers in the US are going to be the ones affected because they're going to receive higher prices. That's I mean, I need to put it in the cost. As soon as Trump says, you're going to have 25% or 10% or whatever, we'll need to add that percentage exactly as it comes into the cost, therefore affecting the selling price. So, answering that question, since I haven't started, it hasn't affected me. It hasn't affected me in any ways for now because everything is sourced nationally. But as soon as I started selling to the US, yeah, I will definitely need to change the costs and the pricing.
So,
From our distributors' point of view, sorry,
no,
from
go
our
ahead.
importers' point of view or the distributors' point of view, I haven't received any message or any update or anything at all. Negotiations and stuff have been continuing. We literally sent samples last week to Northgate and Fiesta, which are two big store chains in California. I haven't received literally any updates about it. So I think it's all expectations for now.
Rodrigo, in relation to to this question, are you still happy, or are you still waiting to get options into the US market? I mean, would you like to get how could I say that? I mean, all these guys are working on several countries, right? Would you still be interested in getting the US as an option with all this uncertainty going on?
Definitely, Edgar. Definitely. I mean,
All right.
it's probably the biggest market. Uh, Obviously, we are exploring other countries. Last week, we had this meeting with these brokers that work with Colombia, Ecuador, Brazil, right? Canada. But I can tell you that for my as my point of view, the US is the strongest market, still the strongest market, even though Trump does whatever he wants to do. Yes, I'm still interested in exporting into the US as our first option to export. That's true. There's a lot of opportunity in other countries that I have explored. I can tell you Thailand, for example, or China. I can tell you Spain as well. South America, definitely, Canada. There's a lot of opportunity to export Mexican products, mainly snacks. That's definitely true. I haven't explored anything yet. There's been interest in certain distributors. The one that I told you right now about South America. We've been having some interest from Spain as well. We sent samples to Thailand 2 years ago for a project that 7-Eleven had there. So yes, there's been interest from other countries, but from my opinion or from my point of view, I'm still definitely interested in the US, mainly Texas, Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Rodrigo. What is the most popular product that you guys are selling? I think they are asking which one is the one that you are moving the most, and how much are you selling out of that product?
Yeah, great question. So Cubitos de Fruta, the one that I'm showing you here, this is not a reality, all right? We are still presenting the products to Starbucks, but we have this image to show you that we actually create experiences beyond the snacks per se, right? We sell experiences. So the one that you can see here on the left, the Cubitos de Fruta, is our top seller. Why? Because it's practically in all of our clients, including Kellogg's, and we are selling about 20 to 25,000 pieces a month, right? So it's almost 60% of our selling mix or product mix goes to Cubitos de Fruta, right? So this is our top seller. That's why we actually launched piña and fresa, right? We launched strawberry and pineapple because our fruit cubes were selling so well. So right now, as for March, you'll find Cubitos de Fresa as well in Farmacias Guadalajara, for example, and we'll have all three flavors available in OXXO, right? So these are top. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Rodrigo. I'm just keep reading all the questions. However, I'm skipping some of the questions because you already went when you just gave us the answer on some of the previous slides.
Okay.
What's the most relevant location that you have in Mexico? Where are you selling the most? I mean, not the product, but the location.
Guadalajara, it's our first top city. We were born here. It's the city where we have the most coverage, right? We are in the airport, we are in stadiums, we are in the highways, we are in the zoological and museums and stuff. So in terms of different points of sale is Guadalajara in the retail and premium markets. Okay. In the traditional markets, it's definitely Mexico City because we've got all the distribution structure of Kellogg's doing a great job right there. All right. So in terms of brands or companies such as Farmers Guadalajara, Goncha, etc., it's Guadalajara. And in the traditional market is Mexico City. Other big cities or other big markets for us are Monterrey, Querétaro, and Cancun.
All right. Thank you, Rodrigo.
You're
Um,
welcome.
they should work on this answer, but I'll ask it. Who's your biggest competitor? Who do you
Yeah, that's a
consider-
great question. We've received several competitors. I know most of you know these girls, Chili Chile. They've done a great job in Monterrey with Eugenia Rodriguez. They compare us to them a lot because they're like gummies and chili candy and stuff. So that's a big competitor for us. Another one would be Nature's Heart. They are in, for example, in Farmacias Guadalajara, and we actually, it's not a competitor, a direct competitor in terms of a product, but it is in terms of space. In 7-Eleven and in Farmacias Guadalajara, we find them competitor. Then two other local competitors. One is Dulmich. They've got several candy and chili. And the other one, probably you've seen these Kubi mangoes and these they're called Sweet Candy, which is also a company here from Guadalajara. They've got a lot of very good products such as the Arándano Enchilado and the Mangos Enchilados. So they're also a big competitor from us. We've seen other competitors around, mainly in Amazon and Mercado Libre, right? But in terms of our clients, those are our substitutes
All right.
or
Rodrigo,
competitors.
they're asking about who are you considering as a customer? If you could briefly describe your customer demographics.
Yeah, so more like a buyer persona.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. We've detected three. The first one is like people like all of the guys that are connected here, that are here in the meeting, like college students, right? They want to have like this snack in the middle of the morning or the afternoon. They don't have time to have their fruit ready in their bags or whatever. Or they just want to have a good snack. So that's one of our buyer persona. It's mainly from 18 to 26 years old. They do exercise definitely, but they hang out a lot with their friends. Since we are like a very fresh and social brand, we believe that we are present in those moments, right? When you're sharing with your friends or with your family, right? And also we've been doing a lot of dynamics with, for example, Ciclo, or with races, or with the Charro Stadium, or with soccer players such as Miguel Ayun. So we believe that we cover pretty much that range of age, right? That's one of our buyer personas. Another one is like these young women that like these spices or spicy candy. They like to prepare these recipes, probably with cucumber or any other fruits. Right? I know some of you may think, all right, I like my chips being prepared with hot sauce and chamoy and whatever. I would definitely put cubitos enchilados on top, right? So that's another buyer persona. And the third one are how can I say, the godines, right? These office workers. They are long hours inside an office, and they're just seeking to get a very good snack in the afternoon. So that's another buyer persona. Why we know this? We sell to a lot of vending machines that are inside a lot of corporates, co-workings, and offices. So that's why we believe that there's a market inside uh, those places, right? Obviously, we sell in colleges like the Monterrey, UP, TESO, so we know that there's a market inside universities, and yeah, mainly that.
All right.
Mainly those three. Yeah.
Thank you for that. There's three questions. Apparently, they are interested in knowing what happened with Amazon, because some of them, I mean, it happened in my classroom. Some of them were looking for the product and they found the product in Amazon, but no stock. So they are asking what happened with Amazon and why do you have a stock in Amazon?
Amazon, it's been a challenge for us. Uh, we did a very hard job and challenging job 2 years ago in Amazon. Like we had a lot of stock, a lot of SKUs available. We actually invested a lot in marketing, right? But we never made money out of it, right? So in a financial point of view, we started to see the numbers with Amazon, and it just didn't work. Literally, we were paying Amazon for selling our products. We weren't making money out of it. So last year we decided to stop all of the strategies that we had with Amazon. We literally reduced our catalog from I think 20 or 25 SKUs to 5, to our top 5. And right now, obviously, those 5 or 8 packs that you might find in Amazon, they're out of stock and it's quite difficult to find. Why? Because we're still working with Amazon in order to solve this problem, right? We need to make money out of it. So we're still working on it. Soon you'll be able to see these packs available because we're working with Amazon managers right now. But yeah, that was the problem there actually. 2023, we were on top 1 in Amazon. We were recommended, suggested brand in Amazon and whatever. But we didn't make money out of it. And I believe, and it's pretty sad, that a lot of companies that are inside Amazon don't make money at all. And that's a big problem because the one that is making money is Amazon.
Yeah.
So we decided, by a financial point of view, to stop selling to Amazon. We lifted our prices a little bit up, and we reduced our offer, right, to our top seller packs, and we definitely stopped putting money on marketing inside Amazon. So we've got pretty affected by it, but I mean, we're focused now on other channels that are making money. We will continue with Amazon and Mercado Libre, but as for now, January mainly, we were sorting things out with Amazon. But right now, I can see that there's a strategy going on. We're going to refresh all the pictures, the videos, and everything, and you'll see stock pretty soon in Amazon and Mercado Libre.
Thank you, Rodrigo. There's a few questions, a few concerns about production.
Mhm.
Did you guys ever thought about instead of getting a plant and manufacture your own product, or you haven't getting to that stage?
Definitely, but you need volume. You need to produce or to sell a certain amount of product every month in order to justify the production plan, to own a production plant. As long as you don't have that, how can I tell you? Yeah, that volume, I wouldn't recommend to have a plant. I've seen a lot of startups or entrepreneurs that own a plant. Actually, they bought equipment and stuff, and they're suffering a lot because they need to cover the fixed assets that comes with, right? So yeah, you've got a lot of capex in machinery, in equipment and stuff. But right now we're focused on selling and getting that volume or that amount of pieces sold per month in order to get there. As I told you, we're really happy working with these production plants. They're very, very detailed. They have very high quality standards. So we're quite happy. Yes, we could get a cheaper cost per piece, definitely, by owning a production plant. But you need to have a certain amount of production in order to be paid off. We don't have it right now.
Okay. Thank you, Rodrigo. They're asking about if you have any idea about your market share.
Can you repeat that for me,
If,
Edgar?
if you have any idea about your market share.
Yeah, that's a good question, but no idea.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
I can tell you that we are not even in the 1% yet in the Mexican market. Uh, the thing is, Euromonitor and these companies that actually value the market share, I mean, with the top 10 companies in the food and beverage industry in Mexico, you've covered 100%. Like it's very difficult to measure that for
okay.
now. What we've been working is insider clients, for example, in Farmacias Guadalajara, I can tell you that we've been growing in market share inside their snacks category, which is pretty good, right? So we had like a 7% relevance, and now we are in an 11% relevance, which is pretty good. And now we're expanding from one SKU to two SKUs, so it's good as well. And yeah, we're measuring how good we sell per store. Let's say on every La Playa, for example, how good are we doing every month? We are measuring that, and we compare with other stores. For example, in Gongcha, we actually compare every store nationally. So we do have, for example, I can tell you that the Gongcha that it's in the Guadalajara airport is one of our top sellers. Cancun, also Arts Pedregal in Mexico City, Tijuana. So there are several Gongchas that sell a lot. We do measure that every month. But in terms of market share nationwide, it's quite difficult because I can tell you, Sabritas, Barcel, Nestle, including Kellogg's with Pringles, they've got pretty much the 100%.
All right.
Yeah.
When you are thinking about going overseas, Rodrigo, they are asking how open are you guys are into modifying the original formula, the taste of your product.
I'm extremely open. We are extremely open.
Change
Actually, they
foods.
told us,
Okay.
yeah, we're exploring now taking sugar out of it. The problem with lowering sugar in a product is that it goes salty, right? So remember this, in a product, either you're salty or you're sugary in terms of snacks or sweets. So the problem with taking out sugar was that it went very salty. So we are trying different alternatives such as Splenda or stevia and stuff. Literally, the taste changes a lot. But answering your question, Edgar, we're very open to change our flavors or ingredients or recipes, whatever. Yeah, we don't mind about changing it. Actually, that's what we want, right? We want to change in order to fit the market taste.
Okay. Thank you, Rodrigo. In terms of the company's structure, how many employees do you have? Do you
Yeah, that's a good question. We are 9 persons working inside Bocanica. We've worked with 2 different agencies as well. The legal consultant agency, they're externally. They have all of the legal and compliance. They're in charge of legal and compliance issues. And the accountants, they're also an agency, right? Or a third-party company. And as I told you, the production plant as well, they're third parties. So in terms of the Bocanica team, we've got finance, marketing, social media. We've got e-commerce. We've got operations in Mexico City, logistics, the warehouse, administration, and myself. I think I so we are nine people in the team. Yeah, doing a lot of stuff, but working hard.
Thank you, Rodrigo. Another of the questions that they have here about international markets is right now you are thinking about going overseas. but they are concerned about why not covering the entire Mexican territory.
That's a great question. I think we definitely need to be stronger in Mexico. That's totally true. Like we need to like there's a lot of work to do here. I know what you're thinking, right? There's a lot of work to do here. Yeah. For example, in pharmacies, we're still missing to get to Farmacias del Ahorro, to Farmacias Similares, to Farmacias Benavides, right? Convenience stores, we are covering OXXO on 7-Eleven. We still have work to do with other stores, Calimax, Gomart, right? Yeah, there's a lot of work to do here in Mexico. The fact that 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 actually made me interested in exporting was because we've got in touch with distributors. Like the client has come to us, not us to them, right? So there's been interest from these distributors to start buying Bocanica in the US. All right, and they're putting um, a lot of ways to help us in order to get the product there. Actually, one of the distributors will pick the product here in Guadalajara, and he'll take it all over, all the way up to Texas. So it's been more like um, a customer or client's pool more than us pushing the product. If you know what I mean, like I totally understand, like I totally get it. Our strategy is to get stronger in the Mexican market. That's true, but we really want to explore US thanks to the interest of these three distributors.
Okay, thank you, Rodrigo. There's a lot of questions, and I think the students are concerned about your sustainability philosophy. I mean, how concerned is the company about packaging, about sustainability? I mean, do you have that in mind? I mean, what sort of plans do you have? How are you affecting the environment and so on?
Yeah, that's a great question, Edgar. We haven't worked a lot in that area. Like ecologically speaking, we haven't done much. Uh, we've been more focused on the social part of it. So we've participated in programs, right, helping children, uh, really poor neighborhoods. We've organized soccer games, and we give this free product. Well, actually, we have done some stuff in the environmentally area. We've been participating with, I don't remember, Reforestar Jalisco, I think it's called. So we've been going to the Centinela and the Primavera to plant trees. I know it doesn't have anything to do with our main or our core business. Well, we've been doing that. We do it twice a year. And yeah, so we've been planting trees, and we've been very concerned about the socially part of it. So we've been helping DIF Zapopan. We're pretty close to DIF Zapopan. Uh, in FAL, there are like five organizations that we support with free product and organizing games and sponsoring events, Dia del Niño, Christmas. Yeah, so we've been doing that. But in terms of like the carbon dioxide footprint or the carbon footprint, we haven't worked pretty much in there. So there's a lot of help that you could do with us in that area. Yeah.
Right. Rodrigo, they're mentioning that you talk a lot about health and being concerned about the product. And they are asking, where is that question? Hold on. Okay. Why does the technical sheet of your product says that fruta enchilada is considered to be a superfood?
It's not a superfood. We've never called our product a superfood. We've never sell our product as healthy or well-being, right? That's not true. That's very important. All the brands should talk to our customers like honestly, we are balanced. Yes. Why? Because we use 100% natural products. We are natural. That's important to know. Like we don't have artificial ingredients or yeah, we don't use artificial colorants or flavorings or anything. The fruit is natural, 100% natural. They're fat free, but we are not a superfood. That's very very important for us that you understand. We're not a superfood, and we are not as healthy as eating a natural apple, right? We're still a snack. We call ourselves balanced and nutritional, but we are not a superfood at all, right? We are concerned about not using artificial flavors or colorants. We are concerned about using real fruit. Yes, we are concerned about lowering sodium and calories and sugar. I'm really concerned about that. Uh, but I can tell you that yeah, we're still a snack. We're still a candy. It's better than the rest because we like gomitas or probably panditas or whatever. Everything is artificial, right? It doesn't have a gram of nutritional um ingredients at all. They're really good, I can tell you. But that's why we call ourselves balanced and nutritional. We don't call ourselves either healthy or superfoods. That's important. A lot of people get confused by asking me, all right, why do you have these two sellos, right, of exceso calorías and azúcares? And it's like, it's because we use sodium, we use chili, and we use sugar. That's true, right? And we're not hiding from it. But we try to keep the ingredients as clean as possible and as natural as possible. That's true. So there's a very slight difference on it for you guys to understand.
All right. Thank you, Rodrigo. They're mentioning that they were at this Farmacias Guadalajara, some of them, and they saw a product called Botanucas. If I mean, do you have that product on mind or that company? Are you guys
Of course.
related? Because they look pretty much the same.
Of course, and the name is pretty much the same. Botanucas and Bocanica. Botanuca, actually, Farmacia Guadalajara owns Botanucas. So you'll get into a Farmacia Guadalajara and you'll see probably 20 products of Botanucas, if not more, and you'll see maybe 5 or 10 from Bocanica and other brands. That's because Farmacia Guadalajara owns Botanucas. The good part out of it is that Botanucas is mainly focused on cacahuates and nuts and stuff. They're not focused on gummies or candies or fruits for now. But yeah, Botanucas is owned by Farmacias Guadalajara. Names, yeah, they're pretty similar. I believe the colors and the branding is quite different. I can tell you that. The categories are also different. We do not compete directly. Obviously, we do compete indirectly because we are on the same shelf. But yeah, if you see them pretty strong in Farmacias Guadalajara, is because they own them. But also, they've been struggling a lot to have that brand in other branches because they know that Farmacias Guadalajara owns it. So it's pretty difficult to sell it otherwise or elsewhere. 7-Eleven has their own brand as well. Also has their own brand like Beats. You know that? They're very strong competitors to us. But we've been talking to the buyers, for example, the 7-Eleven buyer, and he told us that there's a market that buys 7-Eleven's brands, and there's a market that buys other brands. Like even though the 7-Eleven chips are 1 or 2 pesos lower than Sabritas or Barcel, people are still choosing the brands that they know or innovation as well. But obviously, there's still competitors to us. But yeah, Botanucas, I don't know who asked that. Botanucas it's part of Farmacias Guadalajara, the same as Blue Bay. They've got spring water, still water, and flavored waters called Blue Bay. It's also part of Farmacia Guadalajara. They have a plan to create their own electrolyte brand, and they want to create their own brands for every category, right? But yeah.
Okay, just and we are almost done with the questions. Some of the students are requesting to go back to the questions. What I encourage you guys to do is to go back to the recording once it's done, because he covered many of your questions. And some of the questions are pretty much asking for you to do their assignment. So I'm skipping those questions. For instance, they are asking if you have on mind to go to some other countries rather than the US, and that's pretty much what they have to look for. That's why I'm skipping those questions, guys, just to clarify that. Another question is if you are considering removing the food coloring on your products.
Actually, I'm thinking, yes, we do. We do have that strategy in mind. For example, the pineapple flavor and the strawberry flavor, they're colorless in the sense that if you bite a pineapple cube, it's not yellow, or if you bite a strawberry cube, it's not pink. So they're colorless in a sense because they're all kept with this natural or natural colorants. So what we decided was not to use any artificial colorants or flavorings. But yes, we do have a strategy to make our table of contents and ingredients cleaner. We do have that. We're working on it. In the nopal, in the cactus, we've been doing a great job. Now we only have 4 ingredients, so we're still working hard on delivering a similar product that we have right now, but with cleaner labels. That's definitely a strategy for this year.
Okay. So that's the food coloring. Okay. Do you have any seasonal products?
We are thinking about launching mango just for the season. So we're still deciding. Yes. But no, I wouldn't call it seasonal products. I would call it more like in and outs. For example, well, we created our obleas, but that was like for certain clients, specific clients that have asked us for that product. So it's more about on demand, not about a season. But specifically speaking about the season, we're still thinking about launching mango just for 3 months. Let's see how it goes, and then take it out the shelves. What we've been doing, for example, with Mojo. Mojo is these yogurt ice cream shops that are owned by Herdes. We do work with them only during the summer. So they have these toppings, and they use our fruit cubes only during the summer. So it's May, June, and July. So we do have that service to Mojo to have our fruit cubes as toppings, seasonally speaking. But if you were asking about, probably a chocolate flavor during winter or something like that, we haven't worked it out at all. Why? Because since we are quite small and growing, it's quite difficult to get into a new chain, for example, OXXO. So imagine all this paperwork and all this hard work behind. Obviously, I want the product to stay all the year, not only a season. That's the reason behind it. And for example, pineapple, we launched it last year by August. We had a great response from the market, so we decided to keep it on our catalog. And then we launched the strawberry in October, and it was a great response from the market as well. So we decided to keep it as well. So yeah, we don't have any season products yet. but I can tell you that mango might be our first one.
All right. Thank you, Rodrigo. You see, one of the questions that is popping up right now is about the sales that you mentioned a few minutes ago at the beginning when we started with the questions. They're asking what was your income, your margin out of those sales that you declared a few questions ago?
Yeah, that's a great question. Our margins went up from January to December. We started January 2024 with a 35%, 36% margin. And as for December, we had a 46, 48 margin. So we had a pretty shift in the margins, specifically in contribution margins, right, which are at the top. And bottom line, our net sales, we do have like a 16% right now, and at the beginning of the last year, it was like a 12. So we were working very hard to keep it up to 20%, which is the market average in the snacks industry. What we've been doing is to lift prices up with better products such as pineapple and strawberry. We've been working a lot with the costs, lowering costs in everything or everywhere where we can. So our margins have gone up in just a year. I can tell you that, yeah, we're almost there in the 50% margin. But we began last year with a 36, 38% margin. Why? There was a reason behind it. One of our strategies was to sell cheap in order to get a certain volume. But at the end of the day, we found out that the market was willing to pay a little bit more for our products. So we shouldn't be that cheap. We would be a little more expensive. So that's why we started to change our prices. Also, we invested in packaging. So our pineapple, our nopal, our strawberry packaging is way better than the one we used before. So obviously the value is higher, but the price is also a little bit higher, not that much. So in terms of competition or other snacks, we're still lowering prices. We're still lower there, but we've been having better margins.
Okay. Thank you, Rodrigo. Mauricio just got here. I don't know if he has any question or anything to say, but there's a lot of questions related to your Shark Tank experience. I'm not gonna get into that because that's not part of the course. Maybe in a near future, Rodrigo, we could ask you to give us your short experience about going through Shark Tank. But those guys that are interested in Rodrigo's experiences through Shark Tank, guys, remember that it's not related right now with the course. It's mostly more that's related to entrepreneurship. So I'm not gonna ask you those questions, Rodrigo, right now. I'm just trying to focus on Botanica. Okay, so I'm gonna skip those questions. Rodrigo, there's two more questions right here. Okay, they said where are the raw materials? Okay, so going back into raw materials, Rodrigo, how are you getting those raw materials? Are they purely Mexicans or are you bringing anything from overseas?
Everything is sourced nationally.
Okay.
So we buy in pesos and we sell in pesos for now, and everything is sourced nationally. That's why in the beginning I was saying that we literally sell a piece of Mexico in every pack, because everything is sourced nationally. And also we try to choose like innovative raw materials, such as the ate de frutas, which is our main source for the cubitos, and the nopal. Yeah. So answering your question, everything is sourced nationally. Boxes, packaging, raw materials, everything.
Right. So, Rodrigo, one of the professors is asking me to pretty much ask you to share with these students these guys are going through, it's pretty much fourth semester. Okay, they still have 5 semesters to go. If you have any sort of suggestion for them for this specific project, I mean, what are you expecting? What sort of information are you waiting? I mean, there's almost 500 students. Right now we have 300 and, oh no, they are, we got all the way to 280 students. But what sort of information are you expecting, Rodrigo, from these guys?
Yeah. What we're expecting, it was actually one of the questions that one student had. We are really open to listen strategies and market opportunities worldwide. So if you could give me strong data about, for example, exporting to Spain or Peru or Japan, like market size, the customer's taste, the trends, which are very important. If you could give me like all the strong data in order to support an export strategy to that specific country, then it would be ideal. It would be great. So we're really open, not only to depend on the US, but to the rest of the world. But we need to understand and know what that market wants and needs. All right. So that's our expectation, to have a lot of information in terms of trends, how they eat snacks, which kind of snacks they eat, in which size, what are the price range, how do they, I can tell you, for example, Peru, right? They love maíz frito or maíz freído, right? Fried corn. But how do they eat it? What are the flavors that they like? Where do they buy it? Do they use Amazon or Mercado Libre, or they go to their grocery store nearby, or what are their consumer preferences? And also, it's very important, logistics. How could we get to that country? That's very important, because you can say, all right, you might be selling in Australia and you'll be doing great. Yes, but how are we going to sell to Australia? What are the costs, the consequences, everything for selling to that specific country? So if you could give me like all of the data surrounding an idea or a proposal to sell to any country, that'll be great.
Thank you,
I don't
Rodrigo.
know if I answered the question, Edgar. Yeah.
No, that's pretty much but I mean, they wanted to hear. Just to double check, these guys are concerned about how Mexican is your product. And I mean, you already mentioned that raw materials are from Mexico. Packaging is also Mexican sourced.
Everything in Bocanica is nationally sourced.
Okay.
Everything, literally, the company that made the brand, the social media agency, the two guys that are supporting Amazon right now, they're in Monterrey. The two agencies that we work with, legal and accountant, everything is literally national. We do not work with any other countries' companies. We've been lately, we've been being offered a lot of stuff from South America, actually, packaging and raw materials and stuff. But as for now, it's 100% Mexican sourced.
You see, I already told. There's one question, and I went back to the question because through your presentation you mentioned that you are going for market A and V. However, which market is the one that is representing yours? I mean, that has more sales for you?
Yeah, that's a very tough question. In terms of points of sale, or the amount of stores that we reach, definitely the traditional market weights a little bit more to us because of the amount of stores that we sell to with Kellogg's, right? But if you ask me where is best for Botanica to be in, I could tell you that A or B. Do not get confused here specifically in this slide. We divide A, B, and C in terms of volume bought to us. In other words, the sell in, right? It's not that the A or B or C in terms of the market. It's more clients to us. What I mean is, for example, a client A for me is Kellogg's because they actually buy 50% of my production. You know what I mean? That's a client A. They have priorities in terms of pricing. They have top priorities because they really demand a lot of product from us. That's why I divided into A and B. C are like local stores, like Goiti, for example, Which, those are C. But in terms of the market, I'm going to change this slide. In terms of the market, talking about A, B, or C types of clients, I could say that B, in a sense, are it's a difficult question, because in terms of points of sale, they're more like B and C, which is Kellogg selling to the Mercado Tradicional. But if you ask me where are we more suitable, we are more suitable on, for example, Oxxo or Aeromarket or Gongcha, which are definitely A types of stores. All right, I might got confused. Maybe you got confused on my answer, but specifically answering your question, I believe clients A and B. Why? Because of our packaging, it looks quite premium or quite expensive. The product itself, it's not a common cacahuate or papas, right? It's a little more innovative kind of product. It's made out of fruit. I'm telling you, it's not as cheap as other products that you might find on the abarrotes, right? So that's why we automatically go a little bit higher. Our prices also go up in Gongcha, for example, in Amazon as well. So that's why I believe that we're not that premium, but we are kind of A minus B. There's where we are actually. I know you can go to, for example, a city market, right? And you'll find like these very expensive snacks or Costco, maybe. We are not in that category. So we are in the middle, right? I could tell you convenience kind of product, yeah. So specifically answering your question, I'll go with A minus and B
Right.
mainly.
Thank you, Rodrigo. Lastly, they are requesting if they could have this presentation, if you could share the presentation with them. So if you share the presentation with Mauricio, we'll just share the presentation with them. That's just the last request that I'm getting here at the chat. And that's it, Rodrigo. Thank you very much. A reminder for everyone, guys. Remember, I think my connection is unstable, but short reminder, guys, we do have another session with Rodrigo, which is focused on questions and answers. Your professors will share with you the instructions in a near future. So that's it, Rodrigo. Thank you very much for your help. Mauricio is here. Mauricio, do you want to say anything? Go ahead. Hold on, Mauricio. There you go.
Okay. Thank you, Rodrigo. Very nice to see you here in the presentation with all the students. I have been all my students that are very motivated because they know that some years ago you were here in these classrooms taking our classes, learning the same stuff that they are learning. And now you are running your own company. That's a big motivation. And it's a big challenge to find the right market and all the information that you needed. But we are going to work hard on that. thank you very much for your support to this initiative of the Tech of Monterrey.
Thanks, Drew. I was there a few years ago. I mean, really happy to be here again with all the students and with all of you. And yes, I mean, it's been very tough, but entertaining years, being an entrepreneur. And yes, I encourage you, everyone that has any doubts or any questions or anything else you want to know about me or about Bocanica, I'm really open to help and to answer any questions that you may have. So thank you very much, Mauricio, for inviting me and considering me to be here in this challenge.
Okay. Thank
It's
you.
our pleasure.
See you soon. See you soon in the question and answers session. Bye-bye, Rodrigo. Take care. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.